In the sleepy coastal town of Havenport, where the waves whispered secrets to the cliffs, a storm was brewing not in the skies, but in the hearts of its people. The town, with its quaint lighthouse and cobblestone streets, seemed frozen in time, but beneath its serene surface, a dark mystery was about to unravel, one that would tear apart friendships, shatter trust, and expose the fragility of truth. Emma Caldwell, a sharp-witted journalist in her late 20s, had returned to Havenport after a decade in the city, chasing a quieter life. She'd traded skyscrapers for salt air, hoping to escape the chaos of her pasta-failed engagement, and a career that had chewed her up and spat her out. Havenport was her refuge, but it was also the place where her childhood friend, Lily Harper, had vanished without a trace 15 years ago. The case had haunted Emma, a wound that never healed, and now, with a local blog she ran, she was determined to dig into the town's forgotten stories, starting with Lily's. It began innocently enough. Emma was sifting through old newspaper clippings in the dusty basement of the Havenport Library when she stumbled upon a faded photograph. It showed Lily, radiant at 16, laughing at a town fair, her arms slung around a boy Emma didn't recognize. The boy's face was half hidden, but his eyes were sharp, almost predatory. On the back, in Lily's looping handwriting, were the words, "Meet me at the cliffs. Midnight." The date was the night she disappeared. Emma's pulse quickened. This was no coincidence, it was a clue, one the police had overlooked. Driven by instinct, Emma began asking questions. She started with the town's old guard, gossipy shopkeepers, weathered fishermen, and the lighthouse keeper, Old Man Grayson, whose cryptic warnings about secrets buried in the tide only fueled her curiosity. Most dismissed her as a city girl stirring trouble, but one name kept surfacing: Ethan Morrow, the town's golden boy turned recluse. Ethan, now in his 30s, lived in a crumbling mansion on the edge of town, rarely seen except at night, when he wandered the cliffs alone. Rumor had it he'd been close to Lily, too close, some whispered. Emma tracked Ethan down at the local diner, where he sat brooding over a coffee, his face shadowed by a hood. Up close, he was striking rugged, with piercing green eyes that seemed to see through her. But there was something haunted about him, a weight he carried like a curse. "You're digging up ghosts," he warned, his voice low and gravelly. "Some things are better left buried." Emma pressed him, mentioning the photograph, the note. His reaction was instantaneous, a flicker of panic, then a cold mask. "You don't know what you're messing with," he said, storming out. Undeterred, Emma kept pushing. She interviewed Lily's old friends, including Sarah Klein, now a nervous schoolteacher who flinched at Lily's name, and Jake Turner, a cocky mechanic who'd once dated her. Jake was cagey, hinting at a party on the cliffs the night Lily vanished, where things got out of hand. Sarah, after tearful coaxing, admitted Ethan had been there, too, and that Lily had been acting strange, secretive. The pieces were falling into place, but they pointed to a truth Emma wasn't sure she wanted to face. Then came the break. An anonymous tip led Emma to an abandoned boathouse by the shore, its walls rotting and floors creaking underfoot. Inside, hidden beneath a tarp, she found a box of Lily's belongings, her diary, a locket, and a Polaroid of her with Ethan, his arm possessive around her waist. The diary was a revelation. Lily wrote of a forbidden romance, of someone powerful in town threatening her to stay silent. The last entry, dated the day she disappeared, read, "He knows. I'm scared. I have to tell someone before it's too late." Emma's hands trembled. Was Ethan the he? Or was it someone else, someone still watching from the shadows? The discovery set off a chain reaction. Emma published her findings on her blog, careful not to name Ethan directly but dropping enough hints to spark a firestorm. Havenport exploded with speculation. Old wounds reopened, and families turned on each other, accusing neighbors of hiding the truth. Ethan became a pariah, hounded by whispers and glares. But the backlash wasn't just social. Emma started receiving threats. Anonymous notes slipped under her door, warning her to stop or end up like Lily. Her car tires were slashed, and one night, she swore she saw a figure watching her from the cliffs. Desperate for answers, Emma confronted Ethan at his mansion. The air was thick with tension as he let her in, his eyes blazing with a mix of anger and fear. "You think I killed her?" he demanded, his voice raw. "I loved her." He admitted they'd been together, a secret they'd kept from the town's judgmental eyes. That night, he said, Lily had gone to meet someone else, someone she was terrified of. Ethan had waited for her, but she never came back. "I've spent every day since then hating myself for not stopping her," he said, his voice breaking. Emma wanted to believe him, but doubt gnawed at her. Was Ethan a grieving lover or a master manipulator? She dug deeper, cross-referencing Lily's diary with town records. The trail led to a shocking suspect, Mayor Harold Vance, a respected figure who'd been in his prime during Lily's time. Vance had a history of shady deals and a reputation for silencing dissent. Could he have been the one Lily feared? Emma's investigation hit a wall when Vance's allies, local cops, business owners, closed ranks, warning her to back off. But the threats only made her more determined. The climax came on a stormy night, the kind that made Havenport feel like the edge of the world. Emma received a text from an unknown number, Cliffs. Midnight. Come alone. Her heart pounded, but she went, armed only with her phone and a pocket knife. The wind howled as she reached the cliffs, where a figure waited in the shadows. It was Ethan, but before he could speak, another figure emerged, Vance, his face twisted with rage. "You couldn't leave it alone, could you?" he snarled. In a chilling confession, he revealed the truth. Lily had uncovered his embezzlement scheme and threatened to expose him. He'd lured her to the cliffs, and in a moment of panic, pushed her into the sea. Ethan, witnessing it, had been blackmailed into silence, his family's livelihood held hostage. The confrontation turned violent. Vance lunged at Emma, but Ethan tackled him, the two men grappling dangerously close to the cliff's edge. Emma screamed, fumbling for her phone to record the chaos. Lightning flashed as Vance shoved Ethan, who teetered on the brink. In a split-second decision, Emma threw herself at Vance, knocking him off balance. He stumbled, and with a final, desperate cry, plummeted into the churning waves below. The aftermath was chaos. Ethan, battered but alive, corroborated Emma's story. The town reeled as Vance's crimes came to light, his legacy crumbling. Lily's body was never found, but a memorial was held, bringing closure to some, though not all. Emma's blog post about the ordeal went viral, drawing national attention to Havenport. But fame came at a cost. Some hailed her as a hero, others blamed her for destroying the town's peace. Ethan, unable to bear the scrutiny, left Havenport for good, leaving Emma a note: "You gave her justice. Don't let it consume you." As Emma stood on the cliffs months later, the sea calm and the stars bright, she wondered if she'd done the right thing. The truth had set Lily free, but it had also fractured a town, exposing its darkest corners. Havenport would never be the same, and neither would she. The waves whispered on, carrying secrets only they could keep, as Emma turned away, ready to face whatever story came next.
If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.